Title tells them, what's up, Sussex Squad? Y'all sit down. We have a state of emergency. We need to talk about Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, car chase. And you guys, new information has come out. And listen, I don't want to start any mess. Okay, that's not true. That's what I do for a living. However, y'all, we need to look at what's going on because I'm not joking. There's something off in this situation. People are saying that this is the tabloid's attempt to silence Harry and Meghan through sheer intimidation. You guys, I accumulated some evidence. I want to see what you guys have to say, but buckle up and let's go. Also, I'm going to post a third video today about Kate because she is back to cosplaying Meghan. Listen, we need a little laughter in between this tragedy. Thank God Meghan and Harry are okay, but I'm going to post a third video today. The Heavy Sussex Update Day, because Kate's back to cosplaying Meghan, and she had the nerve to say that she didn't really know who Prince Harry was before she met him. Yeah, I know. Okay, let's get back in the serious mode because this isn't funny, right? If you guys don't know, Harry and Meghan, it was about 2 a.m. in the morning. They were leaving an awards show where Meghan was honored, and honestly, Meghan stepped out in this bad gold piece dress. Woo, she looks so good. I think this is one of her best looks. That gold was laying on the skin, had it slit up the side. Okay, right? They look so good. She had Hollywood hair in. Okay, so here's where things get crazy. They left the event. They had their full security. There were 12 vehicles, all with tinted windows, that descended upon them. However, let me give you guys the details really quick because there's a few details I missed in the last video, okay? And then we're going to go into how people think this is a tabloid trying to trigger Harry's karma. But some people are also saying that it might have been special ops. I know it sounds crazy, but just listen to this and tell me what you think. Okay. So they're saying that, first of all, it was Harry, Meghan, and Doria. Remember that. Is it Doria? We're going to call her Doria for the points of this thing. Remember that it was all three of them, Harry, Meghan, and Doria, okay? They said they left the event in the SUV around 7 p.m. and they were immediately followed by 12 paparazzi. The 12 paparazzi were all following in cars with tinted windows. They eventually decided to ditch their original vehicle and jump into a yellow cab in hopes of evading photographers. Insiders allege that one cameraman hit a car while another almost ran over an NYPD officer during a near fatal crash. Okay? It started off with 12 paparazzi, then ended up with 4 chasing Harry, Meghan, and Doria. Their security tried their best to lose the photographers. They even had to switch cars, put them in a taxi, and the police tried to create a diversion. Once in a taxi, Harry used his cell phone to record the ensuing melee. All right? Now, off the bat, I was thinking, this sounds like what happened to his mama, right? And 2, and I think this tweet says it all. Well, first, let me just get into this. Our sources call the incident absolutely shocking and says Doria, who is 66 years old, she looks fantastic, was particularly terrified by the ordeal. Everyone is still upset, to say the least. It was horrific. Okay, so already we're getting Princess Diana vibes. Now, keep in mind this, okay? The incident occurred hours after Harry was told the UK police are not for hire amid his legal battle with the UK government regarding security for him and his family. The offer to pay for his police protection would create a situation where wealthy individuals could buy protective service from specialist police officers, said the UK Home Office. The Duke of Sussex police bodyguards were removed when he stopped as a working royal. Harry's argued it wasn't safe. Okay, why did I say that? Remember that in your head. Okay, now, this tweet I found sums it up completely, okay? Alexis Stinchell, right, says, I've lived in New York City for 2 decades. We don't have Diana-level harassment paparazzi here at all. This is a coordinated hit squad that was out to set off a dire catastrophe for Harry, Meghan, and Doria. Whomever set this up deserves to be exposed. Now, when it comes to the exposure, let's not forget that these half dozen blacked out vehicles, with these drivers committing various traffic violations, including running red lights, reversing down a one-way street, driving on the sidewalk, blocking a moving vehicle, and driving while using a phone and photographing. Now, a lot of people have been speculating, and just listen, if you believe the Princess Diana stuff, special ops are trained in, yes, I said the word special ops, just hear me out, okay? Hear me out. Special ops, or if somebody was trying to intimidate, harass, or worse, are framed in defensive driving. What does that mean? It's not like James Bond when they're like, pa, 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 and the wheel goes crazy and people are like, ah. It's not like that, right? What happens is, what have people said happened with Princess Diana? You drive a little close. You put them in a situation where the driver of the vehicle that you're trying to upset makes a wrong move. Maybe the car hits a barrier. Maybe it flips over. You yourself didn't do anything because you're in control of the car, right? You're just toying with people because you're hoping to make them nervous, like 16-year-old first-time drivers, so that they do something silly. Now, I know it sounds outlandish, but for the tattletales that have ever visited or lived in New York, Lexistential is 100% correct. I co-sign with her. I have never seen anything like that happen with paparazzi. And get this, Meghan and Harry do not hide from paparazzi. They're fine to take their pictures, walking in a building, out a building. Not even that. Harry and Meghan have been in New York countless times for bigger occasions. They've never had this. However, what's the difference? Harry is going to take the stand. He's going to take the stand against all the tabloids, and he's set to take them down. This is intimidation. And before I tell you why, let me go into the rest of my PowerPoint presentation. You guys know I live for this. Let me have my fun. All right. Now, they are saying that newspapers, in addition, only 2 papers had the images of them in the taxi after police intercepted the chase and had them change cars. Both are UK newspapers, which work closely with the palace. Both have taken down the stories now, but the images have been captured by Google. If I can remember, I'll put them up here, okay? The Daily Mail and the Daily Express, 2 British tabloids, are the ones that published and subsequently took down the photos of the chase. Obviously caused an escalation. I've never seen them to try to pull this in the United States. In the United States, we have laws against the paparazzi. There was a toxic time around that time Britney Spears lost her mind. I admit it. However, we have moved away from that. These people acted lawlessly. What's more, blacked out tinted windows are illegal in New York City. Blacked out tinted windows on all sides are illegal in the state of New York and definitely in New York City. So where did 12 cars that had blacked out windows, 6 which they were able to shake, and 6 that kept on pursuing them, going over sidewalks? The mayor of New York even issued a thing saying 2 of our officers could have been severely injured. What happened between Meghan and the paparazzi is unacceptable. Not only that, Harry and his trauma from his mama. I didn't mean to make that rhyme. I'm on my high horse. Let me just get through. Harry and the trauma from his mama. Can you imagine with the light bulbs flashing, all that stuff going on? Now listen, we've gotten over the regular stuff. Let's get into the sinister part. And you know I made a list. All right. Harry and Meghan and Doria were all in the same car. They were pursued for over 1.5 to 2 hours, depending on reports. I know some people it was only 1.5 hours. If somebody was following you for 1.5 hours, it wouldn't matter if it was 1.5 hours or 2 hours. Maybe it felt like 2 hours to Harry. Maybe the point is it was 1 minute too long. Okay. Even 1.5 hours, I'm like, 1.15, I'm like, do we hear ourselves? But let's just hear me out. Harry, Meghan, and Doria were all in the same car going to an award show. They were pursued much like Princess Diana was pursued. They were pursued in an unprecedented manner. Princess Diana was always hounded by paparazzi. Harry and Meghan are open and friendly to paparazzi. They stop, they let them get the shot. It was unprecedented. The city of New York has never seen anything like this, even for and the city of New York gets every high-powered presidents, dignitaries, celebrities, ambassadors, influencers, YouTubers, pick your poison, TikTokers. Everybody who's anybody at one time is in New York, either casually strolling around, cheating on their significant other, or getting an award. Pick your poison. Never has there ever been a melee, especially for two people that don't hide from the paparazzi. So it's Doria, Harry, and Meghan. What does that tell you? It tells me two important things. One, Archie and Lilibeth were probably in New York with their parents. They probably were. Harry and Meghan are a tight family unit. Doria's there. Why wouldn't they bring the babies? This also lets me know that this might be why they would not go home. They wanted to follow them to see where they were staying. And they refused to go home because they didn't want it to know. The day before, a trespasser had gotten arrested for trying to break into their Montecito home. The day before, a trespasser had gotten arrested for trying to break into the Montecito home. Their security made a citizen's arrest because the trespasser told them something so disturbing, they made a citizen's arrest. Now there's unprecedented paparazzi on any level, following and chasing you around. Now, Archie and Lilibeth are at that residence. You wanted to find out where they stayed. Okay. But what else if you dig a little deeper? Again, I don't want to get into conspiracy stuff, but let's just follow the logical conclusion. Harry still is the king's son. Even though he is not a full-time royal, he is a royal. What does that tell you about his kids? Meghan's name is not even on Archie's birth certificate. Archie and Lilibeth are wards of the state. They are property of the crown. If something happened to Harry and Meghan, maybe Doria, because she's an American citizen, can argue, I'm the grandmother. They stay with me. I know them. They're better off with me. And a U.S. court would be like, well, but what happens if Doria isn't around to challenge it? What happens if Harry and, God forbid, Meghan aren't around? I hate to be morbid, but just hear me out. What happens? Well, the British state scoops them up. And if Doria is not around to challenge it in U.S. federal court, they are officially go back to the UK. Now, what happens to them, I don't know. I do know that the Queen put two of her cousins she grew up with in some type of an asylum, then wrote them off in the history books and said that they had passed away 30 years before they actually passed away because she was ashamed of them. I do know that the crown does ugly things. I do know that Diana said that if she dies, it'll be in a car. It will be from Charles, and it'll be made to look like she died in a car accident. And that was weeks before she actually passed away. Now, you can say this is coincidence, and maybe it is. But a more sinister mind would look at the chess pieces on the board. Harry is going to war with the most powerful media group. We talk about the royal family. Harry's going to war with Rupert Murdoch, a billionaire, one of the most powerful people on this planet. The crown has been accused of doing more to achieve less. Harry, Meghan, and Doria are all in New York, assuming with Archie and Lilibeth. They're all in the car, and these dark out things that look like they're doing defensive driving like special ops. Again, I'm not starting conspiracy, right? I'm not. But I am saying when you look at the facts, it's what's more, The spokesperson for both King Charles and Queen Camilla and Prince William and Princess Kate have declined to comment. And they have not reached out to the Sussexes for anything. It looks like the family has cut them adrift. It looks like he is to them. They have nothing to say. He is a man without a land, family, whatever. They've completely washed their hands of him. He is on an island by himself. You guys, this is weird. This is sinister. Something is wrong, and I don't want to ring that alarm bell, but I do think that we can say something is seriously wrong here. Whatever happened last night was, as Harry put it, near fatal. It was unprecedented. It was out of the blue. It was unwarranted. And we have Doria, we have Archie, we have Lilibeth. We have what's going on. We have the crown. What like it if Harry and Meghan would just go away forever and be quiet forever? You guys, the story's developing. I'm grabbing whatever information we can. At the very least, and let me just say this. I believe that this was a targeted intimidation and harassment method. Actions, outcome, to wake Harry and Meghan up, to silence them, to get them to be quiet. Again, too many things that never happened at all happened all at once in one night, leaving Doria terrified. You guys, let me know what you think in the comments. Stories developing. This is going to be a heavy Sussex upload day. Just turn your notifications on. And also, if you guys can hit that like and subscribe button. I am trying to get to, who cares? Listen, I'll talk to y'all. I got to make the next video. Bye.